In May of 2023, I finally had the opportunity to visit the treasured Indiana Beach Boardwalk Amusement Park in Monticello, Indiana. This is a really unique and charming park with a great atmosphere and something for everyone to enjoy. In this review, I will analyze my experience at Indiana Beach, what I think they exceeded in, and what I think could be improved. In approaching Indiana Beach, just be aware that the south parking lot is free, while the north parking lot, right near the main entrance, cost $20 in 2023, which is when I visited. I did not realize this going into the park, and I didn't plan for it, and signage indicating these type of things were not great here. It is not really a knock on my experience at the park, it is just something to be aware of, as it isn't indicated super clearly on the Indiana Beach website, and all of what I had seen in my research leading up to the visit only indicated that parking was free. It could just be my lack of planning and foresight, but I was under the impression that all parking was free, which is not the case. Though I am almost positive this was the case up until very recently at that point in time. The atmosphere upon driving up to the park and walking in all the way up through experiencing everything throughout the day was fantastic, featuring a great sort of kinetic energy. It seems that the new management has taken care in making sure the park looks nice and everything is up to standards, so to speak. The only area where I would really say this natural energy feels interrupted, due to the area feeling unfinished, is the section featuring Steel Hog and also All-American Triple Loop, which was not open yet at the time of my visit. I do realize that this particular area was necessary to utilize for these two coasters, as they really couldn't have fit anywhere else in the park, but the pathway leading up to Steel Hog is barren with not much of any kind of scenery or the like to help it really feel like a continuation of the park. It really just feel like the rides were just plopped down there, as that is essentially what they did in this case. That is absolutely fine, but I suppose it would be nice to give this area some more attention. When I visited, there was still no path of any sort laid out leading up to where the entrance of All-American Triple Loop would be. I'm not sure precisely how this situation was handled upon the opening of the ride. I did try a couple of the food offerings at the park, and overall, I feel the prices here are fairly reasonable for an amusement park. Earlier in my visit, I tried some sausage biscuits and gravy at a small cafe location near the kiddie area, and it honestly was not very good at all. It was actually pretty terrible. However, later in the day, I had a walking taco, and that was pretty good. I will also say others in my group also tried many other food offerings throughout the park, which looked great, and they were overall pretty pleased with what they got. Overall, it seems Indiana Beach is doing a pretty decent job when it comes to food, especially in the sheer variety of what you have to choose from. Everything from tacos, burgers, hot dogs, turkey legs, pizza, sandwiches, fish and chips, funnel cakes. You have all kinds of things to pick from here. As for the most important category of all, rides. Indiana Beach has quite an eclectic collection of different experiences to choose from. Many one-of-a-kind or now hard-to-find rides, to classics that are just plain fun. Unfortunately, during my visit, Cornball Express was closed due to track work being done, Cyclone never did open for some reason, and of course All-American Triple Loop was not open yet, but that was something I knew for sure while I was planning this trip. So only 4 of the 7 coasters were actually open, but I enjoyed the ones I did get to ride. And I have to say that for such a small park, Indiana Beach has quite a solid lineup of coasters in my humble opinion. I can only imagine how much more strongly I'd feel about this given the opportunity to experience Cornball Express, which looks like a fantastic CCI, and of course, I absolutely need to make it back to this place to experience All-American Triple Loop. I already wanted to experience this awesome looking Schwarzkopf, but seeing it close up in person puts this so much higher on my bucket list, even though it seems it's not running as great since it's opened at Indiana Beach. Some other rides and attractions besides coasters worth noting are a Log Flume, the Den of Lost Thieves Dark Ride, and Dr. Frankenstein's Haunted Castle Walkthrough, which is a small upcharge. I believe it was about $3 when I visited. I unfortunately never got around to experiencing the castle walkthrough, but the outside exterior looked nice enough on the midway. Overall, I really enjoyed my time spent at Indiana Beach. It has a beautiful setting, the operations all around are pretty good, it has a great classic boardwalk park atmosphere, good food, and some really good rides. I look forward to returning to this amusement park, whenever that may be, and seeing what all has continued to improve. And of course, getting to ride 3 more coasters which I unfortunately didn't have the chance to ride, in the aforementioned Cyclone, Cornball Express, and All-American Triple Loop. What are your thoughts on this unique park? Let me know in the comments. This has been Coaster Daddy. Thanks for watching. Bye.